if you could encapsulate aging in place and maybe the steps necessary in just a few minutes, how would you describe that? And what steps do you think would make sense for people to start taking now so that in the future this is not an issue?
All of this comes down to planning. It's all good planning. So if you're 35, 40, and you're buying the house that you think is your forever house, just give it a little bit of a thought. What would I need to do to this house? And is this a house that I can sustain through the rest of my days? And if it's a house that has some challenges in that answer to that question, give that some thought. But more toward people who are getting to retirement, think about what your lifestyle is going to be and factor in, do I have this margin of safety? Is it not only probable that I won't live out my assets, but isn't it probable that I will have resources left over if I should live just a little bit too long, from, longer than, general life expectancy, or I have some of these larger expenses? What is the value of my home? Am I living in a community that's in decline and my property value might not hold its own, or am I living in an area that is in demand and it seems to only be going up and certainly holding its value? You want to give all of that consideration. And I think it's very important to think all of that through and then communicate that to the important people in your life. You don't have to share the dollars if you don't want to, but what you should do is, my plan is to stay at home. My plan is to, make this work. And this is how I see you, my family, being involved in that. I've got it taken care of. I might need you to, I'm doing this because you live close by. However you want to communicate that, I think you need to have all of that open. And at the end of the day, you don't want to live paycheck to paycheck in retirement, just as you should try not to live paycheck to paycheck, in pre-retirement. So that's really what it comes down to, is just managing and building in contingencies about what if this would happen down the road.